Hello wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing a live review of the new compilation from NSD Black Label curated by Akeos Black Ops XL3. Here we go, a Never Say Die compilation to round off 2020. Very unlikely that we'll be getting a main Never Say Die compilation of course at this point, but hopefully this will quench the thirst somewhat of people wishing or hoping for that, if it does arrive at any point or not. This collection curated by Akeos, one of the most consistent producers in dubstep at the moment, in my humble and honest opinion. A real sign here of how far they've come, the way they have cemented themselves as a Never Say Die fixture in the last year and a half or so. And yeah, looking forward to it. Some exciting names on display. Let's get to it. Hearing all 10 tunes here for the first time, I'm going to provide comment along the way and round up a bit at the end as well. Yeah, on we go. And first up here, we have Akeos and Jewel with Voltage Disc. An interesting combination. Let's give it a whirl. Ooh, come on. Like that. I really like that. Ooh! Oh shit! Okay. Those little moments are they're fucking good. Ooh! Stuff like that just fucks me up. When I talk about stuff needing to be memorable for me to want to go back to it again and again, little ideas like that, you know. Okay. Can't quite get on board with that percussion, but then it fucking kicks into action again. Oh yeah, yeah. Damn. I mean, before we move on there, yeah, just gonna provide a bit of comment here. That was a pretty electrifying start. I like that. I think at its core, you know, quite a straightforward rhythmy number, and I say that because, you know, for the main drop moments, I think when they come in, it's just quite a simple doom doom bat doom boom doom bat. If I remember right, you know, I've only heard it once and just trying to work through everything that happened there. But the way that each of them picked up, I mean, those I mean, that was vintage Akeos, and when you just kind of infuse a bit of dual flavor in there as well, then that is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a load of moments kind of firing out of nowhere and taking you by surprise. And yeah, that was a very good combination, and I think an accurate reflection and depiction of, you know, their combined styles, if you get me. I think we got both of them kind of intertwined within each other, their styles. And the introduction, fantastic. That do, yeah, very memorable. Stuff like that is going to make me want to go back to it again and again, having that iconic and memorable opening to really lure you in as the listener. The freshness of the production, definitely moments where the percussion, you know, of course, could have been a bit more plump, a bit more beefed up, just a bit more body to it, and it felt a bit thin on the ground, just a bit feathery, a bit skeletal. Didn't quite back up what was on top enough, but a statement-making way, I think, to open up the compilation, and, you know, statement-making in itself just through the combination that we have got here. A good collaboration. Voltage Disc, yep, a good name as well to boot. So yeah, liking that one a decent amount. After that, we have Yakisoba by Sizzy. Alrighty, let go. Oh! Oi! Oh yeah! Oh my god, that sub, man. Fuck yeah! That is fucking mean. Grizzly just getting right under my skin. Ugh, quite a long one. Still 3 minutes to go. You can hear that lying underneath, just, oh, fuck me. That was pretty beautiful. First off, I would say that, you know, my interpretation of Sizzy's music leading up to this point would be that it was quite full on, quite relentless, quite just, you know, full throttle, throwing everything at you. But here it's just a little bit more toned down, even though there's just as much going on. It's just a bit more concentrated and confined, and I like that a lot. You know, for me, it just shows that there's another string to the bow of Sizzy's music, and yeah, it's just that style being unleashed in a new way, and the wealth of sounds on show here. The way it's layered, it's just so good. The introduction, also catchy, and the outro, of course. I mean, for me, it's rare that you hear rhythm music expand into that kind of orchestral, classical, more blissful side and sphere of music, if you will. But that does it so well, and it doesn't feel out of place at all. You know, you're kind of imagining that it will go back into the heavy aspect of it, but no, just unleashes that really beautiful, soothing, blissful side to it, and I think it really works, you know. Not blowing me away with the ideas, but again, that thing of if you're going to keep it simple, then bring in the right sounds at the right time, and you'll be onto a winner, and that is what we get here. Another good tune here, and adding to a good introduction overall, the first two we've got here on the comp, but yeah, carrying on. After that, we have Intergalactic by Ominous, and what would it be without Ominous? A Never Say Die Black Label comp without him. Yeah, let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah! Woo! Very ominous right here. Very ominous right here. It's going on a bit. I think we're in need of a midway break kind of moment here at some point. Yeah, these drops, they do overstay their welcome just a bit. Just a bit too long. I mean, yeah, they go on for way too long, in my opinion. Just not the most enthralling idea, in my opinion. What has become quite staple style for him, that trudging, rhythmy music, you know, very metallic. For the most part, for me, just a bit lackluster, you know, not a lot of life to it. I really enjoy the background touches. I think, if I'm being honest, that's one of the best tracks I've heard in quite a long time, in terms of having those little moments and flickers just to kind of keep your attention and just have the track ticking along a bit. Both drops, I think, do overstay their welcome and go on for a fair bit too long. You know, I've enjoyed tunes of his in the past and other tunes like it that where the rhythm, you know, the drops do go on for a fair while, but he didn't keep it quite interesting enough or make it mutate or evolve enough for me to really feel locked in and properly engaged from start to finish. The percussion as well, which also just feels a bit muddy, a bit swamped out, not that fresh. There has been a good amount of music from him this year that I've liked, but this one won't be one of them, unfortunately. So yeah, Intergalactic, Ominous, not quite for me. Moving on, we have Neonics with Spacewalk. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Vocal sampling here is very good, liking that a lot. Dare I say, quite unique. I'm finding it quite unique so far. I really like when rhythm, you know, isn't completely full on and goes for a more minimal approach, which I think is what we get here. Ooh-wee, yeah. Oh, I'm liking it. Hear that sub? I really like that. The instinct is to just fill as much space as you can and just make it as packed out as possible, make the sound as heavy and emphatic as you can. But, you know, sometimes when you make it a bit more minimal, a bit more reduced in the impact you want it to have, then that kind of minimalism can be very effective, and that is exactly what we get there. Just, you know, soothing and calm, you know, carefree, effortless kind of vibe to it. Just swimming along, gliding, that do. Yeah, right here, people. The power of keeping it simple. The availability of space, just very, I think, yeah, it has a certain power to it. And I like that a lot. For what it is, I think that works quite well, yeah. Next up, Akeos again, this time with Starboard Break, okay? Liking that title. Let's go. Oh, yeah! Oh, fuck! That is fun. That is good fun so far. Further proof that Akeos, you know, their ideas are quite simple sometimes for the most part, but then the background stuff, the insertion of ideas just kind of taking your attention this way and that, it's just, they'll always have that in the locker, just those little moments to really perk the track up, perk their music up overall. Really, really clever. Oh! Oh! Oi! 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 Oh! I must admit, at the beginning, in the first half, and when that first drop came in, I was kind of thinking, this is a bit straightforward, a bit too simple, nothing really, you know, catching my attention or making me want to go back to it again and again. It's just a bit too straightforward for me. But the way it picked up, I mean, for one, those ding, 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 out of nowhere, very spontaneous feel to it. And I appreciate that a lot. It's flavoursome without doing all that much. Do you know what I mean? Those little motifs just dropped in to give it that extra energy. And that, for me anyway, is the main reason why I think their style works so much. Just bringing in sounds and layering them in such a compelling way, even when the ideas aren't, you know, the main ideas aren't that captivating in themselves. Just always having that little snippet to kind of bring it back to life and energize it, if you get me. But yeah, Akeos to a T, pretty much. So yeah, Starboard Break, again, pretty solid. Okie dokie, after that we have Apex by Guillotine. Yeah, Lego. Solid. Woo! Liking that. Heating up. I'm liking that introduction and build. Oh! Good progression. I'm liking that. That is so good. That is so good. Fake out. Ooh. Yeah. The main idea in particular, I'm liking it. A decent amount, that screechy kind of approach, which can be done really badly to the point where it's practically unbearable, but that was done right, I think. The sound itself was a bit distant, not quite that sharp and at the forefront. May change when I hear it on headphones as opposed to my speaker here. The second drop outright just felt a bit gnarlier and a bit more unleashed in comparison to the first one, which was a good subtle change, but a very important one in giving it that added, just nastiness as it goes on. The introduction and build would have to be the best I've heard on this comp so far. The combination of vocal sample and the punchiness and roundedness of that sound in the introduction and build was just a beautiful chef's kiss kind of combination. It's quite straightforward A to B with the structure here. Doesn't go off on that many tangents, just, you know, introduction, build, drop, a bit of a midsection, then build, drop, and a brief outro. So yeah, not much else beyond that, but I liked it. To the point, knows what it's good for. But yeah, solid from Guillotine there with Apex. Okay, moving on, we have Computer Milk. Nice little title there from Blank Space. Okay, Lego. Whee! Hey! Hey! Bleepity bloop dee blap dee blap. I'm liking that. Oh! Yeah, liking that. That is good fun. I'm liking that quite a bit. Man, the design. Ow! Ow! I've just landed on another planet and the aliens are talking to me. They're having a word. The ideas don't venture, they don't do too much. There's no, you know, stuff really taking you aback or, you know, just wild ideas throwing you this way and that or trying to throw too much at you. But what we do get, the simple approach, just a very juicy, glitchy, fruity little rhythm idea. Very bleepy bloopy, and I mean, I just love it. You do kind of expect that if an idea doesn't do a lot, that you're not going to get anything out of it, but the production here, the layering again of sound and the sharpness of it, fresh and colourful on the ear, really liking it. And, you know, beyond that, it's good fun and it's just a nice little bouncy little rhythmy bop. I mean, the one drawback I would have actually would be that I think the second drop could have been cut short just a bit by just a few bars. I think maybe overstaying its welcome by just a bit. Yet another that I'm liking quite a bit, but that one in particular might be my favourite so far. It's just getting me going. It's getting the shoulders moving, and again, the production, the way it's put together, really liking it. So yeah, Computer Milk, that's fucking me up. Okay, last Akeos tune here, we have Radio Wave 346. Yep, let's go. Oh! The timing, the delivery, they just know what to do. It's spot on. It's fucking spot on. The amount of those stabs could have just, you know, taken a couple off and it wouldn't work at all. But here, Fucking mean, man. Oh, yeah. The timing, the exact right sound, the amount of them. Yet another example of Akeos just having quite a simple idea for the most part, but just, yeah, knowing what sounds to use, when to bring them in, how to deliver them, and having the right amount of them as well, which is important. If they were to just chalk off a couple at the end or at the beginning, it wouldn't work anywhere near as well. You know, it's all about timing and having the right amount just fitting in that particular space. But for me personally, not massive on the backdrop compared to others that they've done in the recent past. I think for me, just didn't quite unleash fully what was on top and felt a bit to itself, a bit too, yeah, just a bit withdrawn, I think would be the word. Maybe there'll be more things to unravel with it when I hear it again and again, and I will be going back to it again and again for those very cheeky moments that we get in the heaviness. But yeah, that is what they are best at, just keeping you locked in with the music, even when the ideas aren't, you know, special or really mind-blowing. So yeah, another solid little tuner there from Akeos. And ultimately, we have Noir with Emu. Woo! Oh my fucking days, man. That musicality, beautiful. As you can see, I was kind of taken aback by that one. The articulation and freshness of that sound. Holy shit. Then the musicality that followed that in the progression, my word. Oh, fucking brilliant. A lot of very good stuff in there. Wow. You know, with that one, I did fear that it might be a tale of two halves situation because that second drop was just, I don't know, just didn't have the impact of the first one. The first one is very, very alarming in a good way, you know, so clean and clear with that sound. The articulation and the idea was incisive, really cuts deep, really like that, and the freshness of it overall was so good, like really, really impactful. But then the second drop, for me, the initial impact of it was a bit of a damp squib in comparison, just dragged a bit and didn't quite have that sharpness that the first one has, and so in comparison, yeah, just pales quite a bit. But beyond that, I think really sharply done, and pleasantly surprised here. I didn't think that would knock my socks off quite as much. A lot going for this one. So yeah, that was good. And finally here we have Dysfunction by Veer. We've had Malfunction from him, and now we have Dysfunction. Okay, final one, here we go. There you go. Oh my. Ugh. Just gonna try and catch my breath a bit here. Can't even really put into words that kind of note placement. You have to marvel at it. You really, really do. And again. Jesus Christ. What an electrifying and impactful way to end there. As you could see, that was just a bit too much for me to handle at points, in a good way. I think you have to just admire and appreciate the note placement there, just the quickness of the delivery, the amount being shoved in to that space that's available, that he's created through the structure. You don't hear much music like that, and when you do, you've just got to kind of sit back and say, well, fucking hell, that is just doing a number on me, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what I've just witnessed in that tune. I struggle to keep up with it. Again, it's just a lot going on. It comes across as quite all over the place and a bit scattered. But yeah, I think there's a logic beneath it, you know, there's a real kind of structure and yeah, just direction to everything that happens here. So I'm appreciating the method here and every little step it takes. So yeah, crazy, but a lot to love about it. Quite the impactful way and quite the seizure-inducing way, in a good way, to close things off here on Black Ops XL3, which in conclusion I think has a lot going for it as a compilation overall. I'm just going to look through them again here, the tunes, and yeah, there isn't really one that I'm outright not enjoying. You know, the Ominous I'm not massive on overall, but even that one has like the background touches which are pretty fantastic in my opinion, and a lot of stuff from him, a lot of other stuff from him this year I've liked a lot, you know, even loved. So that I'm not too upset about kind of leaving by the wayside. The rest here I'm just like, shit, yeah, there are aspects in all of them, or moments or particular sections that I'm really enjoying. Disliked a lot of rhythm music. I found it very formulaic and one-dimensional. This stuff, I think, this kind of stuff really does give it a good name, you know. Interesting ideas, spontaneous, combustible, flavoursome, colourful, all of that, and in a way, that is what you would expect from a compilation curated by Akeos, who for me is one of, if not the best, certainly for me the most consistent in that genre and ballpark at the moment. In many ways, I'm not surprised that the really good stuff has been brought to the forefront here and given the limelight. So yeah, Black Ops XL3, liking it a fair bit, and for what it's worth, just going to look through again here. My absolute favourites, I mean, you know, I do find them all to be quite good, I'm not going to lie. This is difficult, you know, I am struggling a bit here. For me, these few are exceptional amidst the 10 that we get here, and it's going to have to be the Akeos and Jewel, and the Blank Space, and also the Veer at the end, and also the Noir. It may be one of my favourite compilations of the year so far. Probably is actually, yeah, I think, you know, you'd be hard-pressed to find another compilation that engages you like that and has ideas and tunes overall just firing on so many cylinders. So yeah, Black Ops XL3, it's pretty fucking good. But there we have it, my live review of Black Ops XL3 curated by Akeos. I enjoyed that a fair amount. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. What did you guys make of it yourselves? Black Ops XL3? Which tunes of the 10 are your favourites, your picks, and what did you make of it overall? Drop your thoughts, your comments in the comments section down below. But beyond that, keep it naughty. If it's naughty, then you know, and I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Peace!